Good morning. Welcome to Banter with Richie B Live.
Near these huts,
Yep.
there is something going on here.
Behind us after. The trees were fucking moving everywhere. Yeah, bro. Goosebumps.
Maddox, you were with me. We looked this way. It was not like this.
Welcome to Banter with Richie B. Yo, what's up, everybody? Oh, yeah, that's right. He's back. Yeah, we've seen it for a while. Oh, I'm live. Look at that. Say hi, Wojo.
Hi, Wojo.
Yo, what's up, world? It says my mic is muted. Is my mic muted, Wojo? Yeah, I didn't think so. It just dropped down and said that. Boom, right away we got Ghost Girl in here. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Banter Richie B and his Impromptu Thursday. What's happening? Yeah, I just wanted to get on here and talk to you guys. I'm going to bring Wojo up. Wojo's with me. We have a surprise guest coming in, going to tell you a little story. We're going to have a little chat. And then, 45 minutes, I'm going to pop off some advertisements, and we're all going to have a good Thursday night because it's more Memorial Day weekend. God bless all my brothers and sisters up there that defended our country and we lost. So hello to everybody. Let's get Wojo in here. What's up, James? Let's get Wojo in here. Say hello on a Thursday. We'll tell you what's going down for Saturday. We got a big show Saturday. Big show. The My Mama in May month continues. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's up, Wojo?
What's up? How are we all doing today? Boom! Let's go. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. It's been, there's something in the air, dude. I don't know what it is, dude. There's just been a battle every day, constantly. You know what I mean? It's like constantly a battle. I don't know if anybody else is feeling that vibe or not, but it's just a constant struggle. There's something going on. I don't know if it's the moon, if it's the universe. So I'm like, man, we've been head's been spinning. You know what I'm saying? My head has been spinning. So it's like, let's get on a live. Let's go say hi to our friends. Let's give them an update. Wait. Sam, where? Where's Sam? You see Sam?
Martin's here?
No, he said Sam. Do you see? He said, hey, Sam. I'm like, where's Sam?
Hey, Martin. Hey, Sam.
Where's Sam?
I don't know.
I don't see Sam. Do you see Sam?
Hello, Ghost Girl.
Ghost Girl's in the house. What's up, girl? Hey, girl. Hey. James Johnson. What's up, James Johnson? I might even pull up some evidence because I was just organizing my files. And I have that compost picture of that print in the compost that we found in the hut. And we've talked about it a lot, but I think we've only shown it like once. And I'd like to bring it back up on the screen so everybody can see it because I've never seen a print in the compost so defined. And it's about 17 and a half, 18 inches big. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Big Andy, man. Where's Big Andy been?
Andy.
James Johnson. Hello, buddy. I said hello to you, right, bud? I didn't mean to. Yeah, I did. I do good. Wait, Ghost Girl said Sam too. Where's Sam? I don't see Sam in the chat. Oh, is YouTube doing that thing again?
Probably.
No.
Maybe there's a little bit of delay or something. Maybe people are on.
No, I think YouTube's doing that thing again. Why is that new?
I don't know.
Why is it doing that? Let me see if I can edit. Category privacy, closed captions, normal, no. Thumbnail, no. No, it doesn't have any way of finding out if that's the proper thing. But yeah, look at Ghost Girl's on YouTube. Dude's on YouTube.
Who?
Why can't we see? Oh, Sam, do you have your? You know what, dude? Sam, I think she has to unhide herself.
That's probably why.
No, do you remember that incident? That dude?
Yeah.
I think that's what's happening, man. Hang on, I'm gonna go over here. I got to go to my personal page and pop it off public because I'm not allowed to do that. So silly. These things are so silly. It says friends could see me that time. Yeah, look at Sam. I sent you a link. Are you done? Are you around? I didn't know she was around. Let me see if I could see her on YouTube. Sorry, guys. Hang on. I'll get rolling with this. I'm just trying to see what's going on.
I'll just say hi to people.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, okay.
So they're all saying hi to each other. Chris Mack is on the helm.
Yeah. I can see her on my phone, but not on my restream.
Weird.
God, all right, Sam. The hell, I didn't hide myself. I can see you on my phone, but not on the restream. That's crazy. What's up, everybody? I see Chad here. What's up, Chad? I think Chad said something pretty cool. I want to go check it out. He said, "In the house that rocks." I like that. I like that, Chad. Thank you. We have a lot of fun here, man. If you're new here and you haven't been to the show, we're not very formal, and we like to have a lot of fun. We like to laugh a lot, but we're very serious about researching and stuff like that as well. My boy Martin's here from New Hampshire. What's up, my dude? Always checking in on me. Always making sure my head's right.
Marty McFly.
Appreciate you, brother. No doubt about that. Got all kinds of stuff happening over there. Hand purple blue. What is that they do? Is that a code?
I don't know.
I don't know what that is. Hi, Miss D Hoot. How are you? What was that beep? Did you hear that? Was that your phone?
Yeah, it said you waiting for me. Or waiting me. All right.
I told you crazy things are happening. Hey, Scray people. What's up, Mr. Mac? Mr. Mac's in the hizzy. Mary Newbert. Love you, Mary Newbert. What's happening? Chat saying what's up to me because really deep down inside, we all know I'm the fan favorite. So
Graham's in the house. How you doing?
Oh, my boy Graham, dude. I just messaged him. I hadn't heard from him in a little bit. So I want to see how he was doing,
Yep.
Up here in the East Coast, in Massachusetts, and probably where Andy is over in Connecticut, we have a crazy bunch of rain, like 2.5 inches of rain are coming in like right now. And I got water coming in my door and my basement, and my basement's pretty much sealed off completely, and it still finds a way over there. I'm like, you son of a.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one thing after another.
What's up, Chad?
Well, Chad, I thought Chad's been here before, and I'm pretty sure Chad, haven't you been on the live events too, bro?
Yeah, I seen Chad. Where are you from, anyways?
Yeah, Chad, where you from?
Where you from, Chad?
Yeah, Chad, tell the truth. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, Sam's the only one I think on YouTube that I can't see. It just doesn't make sense. He's our producer. She's being. I'm not. I'm trying to get.
Yeah. We're in the middle of a Easter.
Yeah. So, while we're waiting there. Hang on a minute. Let's do this. I'm so fucking tired of the rain. Yes, the rain is. Bro, Sparky's in the house. What's up, Sparky?
He is Sparky himself.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, see now Sam let the cat out of the bag. Sam's been having some things going on at her house, and we've been following her and kind of walking her through it and having conversations as a team about it. And we were on camera with her tonight, and she's going to come in and tell you guys a little story about her house, a little update, special update on a Thursday night with Sam's Para Bigfoot. You know what I mean? Smash that like button. You heard the man. Hit that like button. Let everybody know we're here. We're taking over the internet tonight. Well, that's right, Jim. Yeah, see, Chad's been here. I thought he said he was new. I mean, I guess if he wants to say time-wise, he's new.
Yeah, no, he lives in Connecticut.
Oh, he's in Connecticut too, yeah.
Griswold.
Yeah. Oh, I have to have Andrew go shake his hand.
Yeah.
I want to shake your hand. Remember that drunk guy on the plane that got kicked off because he kept saying he wanted to shake someone's hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing a lipper and I don't give a shit. So deal with it. All right. So listen, I'm going to bring this up. Let me see. Because I was in labeling stuff, right? And hang on. I was in labeling stuff. Oh, it's right here. I was in labeling stuff, so I got to see some of our old stuff. So check this out. This is in the huts. You know, the huts that we talk about on the live events. And I haven't been able to show you guys that. This is where we found the mushroom kind of latched onto another branch, and it came from the ground and was placed up there. And when we looked in there, this was sitting right there by this little stick on the ground. And it was kind of like, oh shit, you know, that kind of ties everything together with the theory of the huts and stuff. So I wanted to bring that up because a lot of compost pictures you get, you don't see that definition. You know what I mean? You can see the dark outline of it and whatever else. And the other thing that kind of solidified it, let's say live stream May 9th again. Let me see. All right. Hang on. We're going to change this. All right. Thursday night BS. So yeah. So when you could see it, in the compost like this much, that's a big boy. And this measures around 17 and a half, 18 inches, right? Sam's gonna spill it, no doubt about. She's she's not in yet. She had to get in and do dinner and family stuff, so we knew that, you know what I mean. But she'll come in, you know what I mean. Animal's back from the dentist, one tooth short. Just letting you know, right, buddy. Scream, you're not showing up on his screen. Yeah, her messages are not showing up on my screen. I have no idea why. I don't even know if she can hear me. Danny O'Donnell's in the house. What is up, my people? So good to see you guys. Like I said, Wojo, we needed the therapy because it's been crazy. I haven't seen Elder. No, we just got on too, but she's been around.
Actually, Sean Hailstone's on here. I don't know if you mentioned his name.
Where's Sean? Sean, say hi again.
Hey, Lippa.
Sorry, yeah. Sean Hailstone, man, what's up, dude? I cannot see his comment. Is that on Facebook? It might be on my personal.
You just showed it right now.
I am. What the hell's that? I don't see it, dude. You can see it?
Yeah.
Is it on Facebook?
No, it's on YouTube.
Oh, there's something going on with YouTube, bro. I'm not seeing all the comments from YouTube. Okay.
Facebook. I'm sorry. He's on Facebook.
Okay, so he's on my personal Facebook page.
He's on your personal.
All right. I don't trust my personal Facebook page. If you're over on my personal Facebook page, get over to Banter Richie B Facebook page. If you ain't following that page, then shame on you. You should be doing it. And then, let me see. Chris Mack. Yeah, I can see Chris Mack, but there's Sean Hailstone right there, but I can't see his on the thing. Big Lippa, he says. Oh, well, you know what I mean? It's been a day. Let's put it that way. It's been about 10 days, but today and yesterday specifically were pretty hectic. You know what I mean? Yeah, Sam, I don't know what's going on. I cannot see your messages from YouTube. Anyways, the technical shit pisses me off. I'm not going to get into it. We're going to have a little bit of fun tonight for about 45 minutes, and then I'm going to go play Fortnite. Yeah. That's the way it's going to go down. So if you're here right now, absolutely hit that like button, please. I got your Banter with Richie B. You need to watch your page.
So Richie, on this print.
Yeah, on this print. Go ahead.
By 6, I think, or a little over 6.
Yeah, it was a little over 6, almost 7.
Remember when we first came into this area where we got lost and then we found the area? You remember the double break, the double 90 on a hill where I found, and it had the same print like that, 17 by 6.
Correct. And I think this is one that we kind of started over at my house. The snow print is about the same size.
Yes.
And Graham says, "Whoa, Joe, how you been, bro?" Savine Manduk is here. Hello.
Hello, Savine. Nice to meet you.
Yep. So, good to see you. Thank you. And now that's over on my personal Facebook, and I can see it. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's so crazy, dude. I don't even know what to make a restream anymore. It's so weird. But you're right. This print is also in the area where we've casted the giant hill, where we got our first print, where we had them run through the woods, where we got the double soft taps and the scream down not too long ago, and found the bones out front. Mm-hmm. That mushroom, like I said, up on that branch. This area here, we believe, is not just an active area, but somewhere where they go at night to stay. Not every night, just whenever they need to. I'm sure they have a bunch of different places they go. And I believe they're more nomadic. I don't believe that they, in such a small landmass, they would migrate. Migration tends to be, I don't think they go up to Maine for vacation, so to speak. I don't believe that. I've had experiences with them in this radius, 10-mile radius, calling it thereabouts, for a decade now, just about. And I don't see them really going anywhere else. And pardon me, but the shoe sizes are all the same. They're all right around the same. So we kind of know what we're dealing with. We know how many we're dealing with. We know who's in charge. It's this guy. We know that there's a mom. We know there's a juvenile. and now we believe there's a smaller one because we have that 8-inch one in the ice. And my friend Amanda's here. Hello, Amanda. How are you? All the way from Japan. All the way from Japan. All the way from Japan. I got to get pictures of the hoodie for Christmas calendar. That's the other thing is that me and Jess have been talking about sitting down designing a calendar. So we want to get a calendar out. It'll just be like me and Wojo shirtless. Everything all you guys want. So makes sense. In the woods, frolicking, stuff like that. You'll enjoy it. Trust me, it'll be fine. So this area is pretty crazy, right? So let me see. I was organizing here. While
you're doing that, real quick to some of the new people on here. Compost is when you have pine needles, you got leaves, and to get prints like that is very hard in the area that we're at because we don't have actual. Dirt in the middle of the woods. Maybe like some of the paths per se, but that was such a great find right there. Oh, there she is.
Yep.
Hey,
there she is. Hello, Elder Medicine Bear Claw, Tansy. Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate that. Now I see Sean Hailstone's message on my thing. Says LOL. See, and that's on my personal page. You see why I get so crazy around here? I know. It's nuts, right? Pleasure to see everybody here tonight. Thank you all for stopping in. A couple things I'm going to update you on, but I'm going to bring you up this. This is the 8-inch print that we had recently found. That's why we think that they have somebody else that has been added to the clan, right? This is in let's see, slush. We figure they landed when it was soft, and then there was a bunch of days of really, really freezing cold weather. Man, it was cold, huh, Wojo? Oh my God, when we were thawing that thing out. Don't apologize ever, Elder, please.
It took like about an hour for both, I think.
Oh, at least, yeah. I was kind of roaming around. We took some turns towards the end. You were getting cold. I was cold. It was brutal. Poor Max was there. Richie and Wojo, I'm really looking forward to the overnight coming up. I know. It'll be successful just in the manner of learning things, right? Learning to be out, learning to be overnight, learning to, the baseline sounds and things like that. So no matter what, it's going to be successful. I just want it to be safe.
She's keeping things warm, D-Hood. My phone keeps popping up with her.
She has a link. There's a link in the messenger. He's having issues seeing some of the comments on this page. Yes, please. Spocky's always on top of things. Sammy has joined. Oh, okay. So, all right. Is she doing? She ain't doing her face. She's gonna talk to us.
Maybe she's gonna put some makeup on or something.
I don't know. I wish you would put some fucking makeup on, bro. Yeah. That way I could enjoy us frolicking in the woods better. It just says add to the stream. Okay. Add to the stream.
I don't know why you can't see me in the chat. That makes no sense.
Dude, something's broken. It just doesn't make. Yeah, I don't know. It has to be on your end. There's nothing I don't think I can do to control it. Let me see. It says hide camera, keep audio.
Weird.
And then it says mirror camera. Why would I mirror camera?
That's weird.
That's all. Yeah, you gotta check your settings. Something's going on. So this print here we pulled out of the ice. We had one of our boots on the ground member, Darren, kind of was walking around. He's like, "Hey guys, what do you think of this?" And we're like, "What the heck?" And we found one worth casting. And when we pulled it out, we got pictures of the cast. You could actually see the crease line where the big ball of the foot goes, big toe goes, and it had definition of like toes kind of curled up, So it was.
Hey, Wolf on. Great to see you. Yeah, Rich, going back to that foot, as cold as it is, sometimes you kind of lose your mind. But I think Richie was like, hey, don't use the knife underneath there because we didn't want to break anything. So we, stuck it out and it wiggled off. And the amazing part about this print was the padding that you see in the bottom. It's like your hand, like you got the padding right here and the lines. That was like very cool. I thought that came out awesome.
Yeah, no, it was really, really good. I'm trying to see if I have that one. I know I have it in here. So I was going through tonight labeling things, and that's what I'm trying to do, is get more organized, label things. So I was in there typing, pick of 8-inch ice print with measurements, blah blah blah. I had the Scaniverse for it. Let me see.
Sean, the ice prints are the best, but I'll tell you right now, that was like one of the hardest things we've ever done, because I don't think the vocals have ever. I don't think really too many people that we know that did it out of the ice.
No,
that's frozen solid.
Yeah, it was pretty frozen. Hey, what's up, Michelle? Michelle Wilfong's here. How are you? Good.
Yes,
good to
that's
see you.
the break that I found, that the first print that we found out in that area.
Yeah, that was on that little hill thing. Yeah, I see the hill thing. Yeah. And there was that AA, and I'm like, wait, look at this thing. And I was taking pictures, and he's like, there's a print over here, you dumbass,
But the cool thing about this picture, I think that's me.
Yeah, that's you.
Yep. So the smaller 90-degree break, that was like about 6'3".
Yeah.
And the taller one was like well over 7 feet.
Oh yeah.
And these trees are literally about, I don't know, like maybe like 5 feet apart, maybe 6 feet apart. And it's kind of cool. Like it's in the exact same direction. And to find that 17 by a little over 6 1/4 inches wide, I mean, that was quite the day. I mean, that's when we first heard our first whoops out there.
Yeah. Yep.
And D-Hoot and Sam have been with us from the very beginning, and they heard all that. But,
yeah. Oh, Patrick Doyle's in the house. He says they left you two out again, huh? Yeah, they left the door open and we slid out.
Good old Pat.
I don't know what this is about, Elder. I don't know if you meant to leave that or not. Do you any trip on this? I've been wanting to share this for over 40 years. We've been having Zoom meeting off and on about this. The government has been doing hybrid humans. What the freak? That's a whole different show. I could be there for days. Oh, Scott Demers is on. Hey, what's up, Scotty? Down in Florida, good old friend of mine. Love you, brother.
Hey, Scotty.
So let's talk with Sam, even though we can't see her face. We don't know what's
we don't
know what's happening.
Go
ahead.
My camera's off. You're only certain people are privileged to see me without a face.
So so you're telling the truth. There it is.
Yeah.
That's what we were trying to find out. You're like, I don't know why it won't work.
Oh, I was talking about the chat.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
I can't with her. Geez, so Sam, you've been having some things at your house. We did a show at the beginning of My Mummer in May. You updated us then. Let's speak a little bit of today, right? Kids are running rampant. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens. Yeah, that's usually what happens, right?
I'm trying to sneak away for a minute so I can share what's happened.
D-Hoot saying, Sam, wrangle those boys.
Oh God.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. But yeah, today's been a lot. Like the activity today has been crazy. And I don't know what here. Let me try to go up here and if I go all the way upstairs, maybe that'll help.
Yeah, because we don't want to piss D-Hoot off.
Right. So today I've been keeping in touch with, we've got a podcast crew messenger on Facebook, and I've been talking to Richie and Wojo, like sending stuff all day. Well, earlier today I was on my back porch. I was watching my kids play, and I messaged them and said that I had heard some limb-like stuff moving. Richie's like, record, but I couldn't because I was on the phone. And then it was like right when I heard the limbs breaking and stuff like that, there was a hawk that flew over and it was just screeching. And I was like, what is the problem with that thing? I know they're around here. The hawks are around here and stuff, but I've never heard them screech. So I thought that was funny. Well, then later, I was walking some laps in an area that I have in my yard. And, Yeah, this is when things started getting really interesting. So the first thing that happened was I heard this bird, and I don't even know how to mimic this bird. It was just, but it was like it was weird. Like I've never heard a bird like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept making. I was on the phone with my mom. And I kept making note of it. I was like, what the freak is like? What kind of bird is that? We couldn't ever figure it out. She was like, I don't know, it's a bird. So I just kept walking, and it wasn't long after that I heard a big pop, crack. This is a loud breaking, okay? And I turn around and I can see the shadow of a tree coming down. Well, I took off running because, that was scary. So after I took off running, I made it to my porch, I could still hear limbs breaking, even after the tree had already, come down. There was still cracking of the limbs around the area. It was so weird. So I immediately messaged these guys, and we got on FaceTime, and I was showing them the area and showing them where it happened. And it was just, it's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a lot. And not only that, you would, it was funny because she was showing pictures earlier, and I made out what was like a game trail, right?
Yeah.
And in the middle of the game trail, there's this pile of pine and sticks, and it's just odd. It looks like it was just picked up and dropped there. It wasn't like falls that came, you could tell it came from that. The path is like this wide, or maybe that wide, and then the pile's like this wide. And you can get around it. It's a pretty open space, don't get me wrong. And it's near the gifting stump. And then I start flashing back to what I went through to get me to where I am today, right? And as a researcher a decade later, and I'm over here going, oh my God, that's like my path. That's what I thought of. Because when I went out for my game camera, I took the card out. I felt like I was being watched. I remember running back to the house like a scared little boy. I was like, holy shit. Like I knew something. There were eyes on me. And I had ran back, and I come out the next day to put the card back in because I wasn't going back out there that night. I had a fight or flight hit me. And there was a pile kind of like yours. Mine were a little more defined because on the edge of the path, you could see the pine saplings that were pushed over and snapped and broken off. And then, but the weird thing was there was a pile of thorns thrown on top of them. So you had all these pine trees down, little saplings, and then you had a big ball of like briars or prickers, depends on what part of the country you're from, placed on top of them. So I had to go around that to get my camera. And then I realized, oh, wait a minute. They're trying to make sure that whatever, goes around the camera, they're not on the camera. So it's almost like they're telling, yo, don't go here or you'll be on that. And
right.
So now you have to go way around it. And that reminded me of that. And then when you told me that you had the tree snap and you kind of saw like the darkness and shadow of it falling.
Yeah.
Mine was in broad daylight at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and I could see it because it's in an open clearing, the only clearing that are out in those woods. And it was a fresh elm tree that I heard that same snap pop. And then mine, when I turned around, mine fell like fast, like something pulled it. And I knew something pulled it. And then the beautiful part of that story was when I put up my phone and I go, come on, where you at? And I'm holding my phone out there. And I can't see anything, but it was like from 50 yards away, I heard this growl come out of the thicket. And it was just like, and I have that on recording. And of course, it's not as loud on my phone, but that's what I heard. But I put that intellectual type answer because I did ask it something, where you at? Yeah. And it did make a guttural sound, like it had lungs and it knew what it was doing. And it was right after the tree event. So I could put those things together and have a bigger chunk of evidence. And it sounds like you're pretty close to that. I mean, you were pretty frightened, right?
Yeah, it took me all but 3 seconds to get from that to my back porch because I took off running.
Yeah,
oh no.
Yeah, that fight or flight kicks in, right? And then you brought us out there and we saw some formations, right, Woj?
Yeah. Before I get into that, I have a quick question, Sam.
Okay, whatever.
You forgot to ask. When the tree popped, when the tree popped and came down, was that bird in the same like area where that tree went down?
Yes. Yes,
See?
absolutely. It
And
was down. It
and
was
just
down that that trail I showed you that I have to walk down.
Mhm.
It was in that area. That is crazy because I didn't even take note of that. But the bird, every time I would make a lap around that, I could hear it, and it was coming from that end.
right. And like
There
Richie
was
says, when you have like a bird that you never heard before, okay, right
Right.
there,
yeah,
your answer for one.
Right.
Two, you have again where that bird made those sounds, and then that tree, and the other snaps up were going along in that same area. That's context right there.
Well, context is key to everything, and I continuously try to drive that home to everybody. So Sam
yeah,
has been here since she was 16 years old. She knows this property. She knows this land. She knows the sounds. She knows the animals. She knows the smells. She knows all that stuff. You have
yeah,
to understand that. So, like I say, what we do is we get drawn to the sound of this bird. We try to decipher what bird that is. Well, great. If it's the first time ever on this piece of property, that would make sense. You would go to the sound and try to decipher the sound. It sounded weird. You know the animals, but if you've been down that property since you were 16 years old and now you're a grown woman and
yeah.
you've never heard that sound on your property before, and you never ever have seen this animal or that animal on that property before, there's probably a good chance then it will help you decipher what you're hearing is real or not, or is it a mimic?
Right.
So, that context is very, very important in everything we do. And that is huge context to say, hey, I've been here since I was 16. I've never heard that bird before. What is going on here? And
Yeah.
it's safe to say it made a bird sound.
It was a bird sound.
Right.
But it was not so I've tried to think of birds. I know I've heard mockingbirds, but
Tell everybody what it
mockingbirds
said.
Pew! It was the weirdest sound. And mockingbirds, every time I've heard a mockingbird, it always goes through the whole list of birds that it's mimicking, right? So it's like
Right.
it'll do whippoorwill, then it'll do a different kind of bird, then it'll do it like it goes through the line. Whippoorwill, that's I've heard a whippoorwill, but yeah, I don't know what that was.
Yeah. So are we saying the bird sound was associated? No, we're not, but it's curious and it could lead to making what she experienced bigger and better.
It's just weird how it happened, and it happened several times, and I kept ignoring. I was like, yeah, okay. I kept turning and like, what kind of bird is that? So I was acknowledging it, but I just kept going because I was like, it's some type of bird. I don't know. But then it was just not long after that. That's when I heard that loud pop and the crack, and then I turn around and I see the shadow of this tree coming down that's right behind me.
Yeah.
Like I showed you guys the area, and the funny thing that is in the area where I've seen it fall, that is the same area where I found the trees stacked where I thought it was like potential fencing or whatever.
Right.
And so that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. And to put things into context too, also is you guys remember she started this conversation off with saying that there was activity enough to reach out to the podcast group and start and we talked it's been for hours. And then all of a sudden she's like on the group going, hey, red alert, mayday, all this stuff. This just happened. So what are the chances that throughout the day she's thinking that she's having some kind of activity or changes in the environment, changes in the structures, changes in the stump area, the gifting stump area, and then all of a sudden you hear this weird bird and something snaps. So now you've got to go back it up and bring all that stuff together and piece it together into one solid piece of evidence. You know what I mean? And for us seeing that area, like I was saying to Wojo about the structures before he insulted the fact that I didn't ask you that question because I had many other great questions to ask. So therefore I didn't get to that one, but that's okay. Co-host. So I had something in my throat. I'm sure it was just a bird. So you put them all together, but then you show us that area. And when we grade an area, Wojo and I will walk up to an area and we'll look for activity. and we'll look for the signs that we're very familiar with, you know. And again, I've been doing this a long time. Yeah, Wojo's fairly new, but he's been in the woods many, 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 many years as a hunter. And he now knows, he's a great researcher, and he now knows what to look for as far as activity goes, right? So we look for these certain areas. You could you could pull over to the side of the road, walk up to the woods, and there's nothing but perfectly fine pine trees, oak trees, elm trees growing, saplings, compost undisturbed, trees that are down naturally. You could walk up to that area and be like, okay, this area has no activity whatsoever. Or you can go to different areas and you go, oh, wait, that's an oddity. That's an oddity. And then you start piecing it together. And my point is, Sam's place looks like there's some kind of strange activity. 90s, trees that are down, jammed in between other split trees that have no business being there. You know, X's, things like that. Yeah, just you could tell that it looks like it would be a place if I was called to and went there because of something happened. I would first look on an investigation to see if there was what I call activity.
Yeah.
And those are the things that I had just listed. Sean Hailstone, you are absolutely invited anytime you want, my brother. I'd love to have you out there.
And it's funny because Sparky, I sent him 2 of the clips off of my trail cam.
Mm-hmm.
And he done a slow talk through, and he slowed stuff down and was explaining it and everything. And there's one part where the deer, he says it's laying down, which makes sense when you're looking at it now. That makes sense. But it was like a skipping. It's like the deer. It was the weirdest thing. It was I don't even know. It was the glitching. And he pointed out a few other things that was odd. The stick, there was a stick that moved. It was like, so he just sent me that today. And I was like, wow, all of this is cool. I'm going to go out there and check the stump later and blah, blah, blah. And so that's set up. It started with that. Then I go out and there wasn't nothing that changed on the stump significant. So I just was like, okay, you know, and then I was just sitting and chilling with my kids playing on the porch. And that's when I started messaging you guys because I was like, hey, you know, I just heard some movement and you were like recording. And so I couldn't do it. But
I know.
Yeah.
It's tough to do. So
very interesting though.
My very good question I'm about to ask that Wojo didn't think to ask you. When you heard this walking, what does it sound like? Is it you know, can you tell if it's bipedal? Is it significant enough to tell that? Because we've gotten used to it, Wojo and I, right, Woj? We've gotten used to it. We can actually tell when they're down low and almost in what they call the spider crawl. It's a totally different sound. I have a sound that I recognize as what I call nestling. When you first hear them move and you kind of turn your head like this, if you stop and just listen, you'll hear them kind of drop down like they're getting ready to hide, or they're hiding and they're getting lower to the ground and they're probably moving their head around, stuff like that. Right. You can hear the stuff underneath their feet making these little teeny, you know, creaking noises, little crunching. When it's walking, like you could tell a deer. I've heard deer. We've had them on our camera. You can hear that type of stuff. And sometimes on the camera, me and Wojo have listened to it many times. You can hear that.
Right. That's kind of, it's the sounds that I'm hearing. It's got to be upright because the limbs that are breaking sound big, if that makes sense. And it's like pop.
So it's pushing through them? Are you saying like it's pushing through them?
Yeah, it's like, well, maybe stepping on them.
Oh, stepping on them. Okay. I didn't know where you were hearing the sound from, whether it was up or down. That's the other thing.
Yeah, it sounds like they're being stepped on. And like you know, in that area I showed you where the stump is, you know, I mean, there is broken sticks everywhere in that area. It's crazy.
Right. And we also recruited your husband to take you out to where that tree is so we can get a picture of the tree. So
we're doing that tomorrow.
That's kick ass. Tell him I said thank you. That's solid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Are you gonna go to the creek or are you just going
I don't know. I mean, if he wants to go that far, we can. But yeah, he said for sure we would go through there and see if we could find, because we'll be able to tell.
Yeah, let's just get to the tree first, Wojo. Let's just get to the tree.
Okay.
He's so excited. He wants to go down there and run to the creek as fast as he can, frolicking with Vaseline on his body. Oh,
No.
sorry.
That was my next topic.
Vaseline.
No,
Oh wow.
but it's just with the creek that we have,
Uh-huh.
and we're seeing that activity where they're eating the peanut butter there or whatever, or the zingers there, but they're also we're finding the prints. We're also finding saplings tied together. I mean, our last live, if some of you that weren't there, we found more. What would you say, Rich? More of a trackway, right? But you remember the heel that was in the bank, and then across from that looks like a foot slide.
Yes. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that area, all that stuff in there is crazy, dude.
And then you go like another 20 feet, and it gets like really soft, like marshy. And we found that other print that was like 5 inches deep. I mean, that was like insane.
Yeah, and that's a good point. D brings up a good point. But Oculus, I mean,
Yep.
she asked you how far you were. You're a good football field away from the tree line.
Yeah, it's well, yeah, I would say so. But where like my stump and stuff like that, where the tree fell, like that's not too far into.
Wait a minute. Go ahead, Mojo, take it.
Huh?
Yeah.
My car and on my balcony.
As I am up high from my area. What the hell is going on in D Hoot's world? She's the weird
Wait
neighbor.
a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What? She's looking around. She's like, oh, spaghetti again? Disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my lady, get dressed. What the hell's wrong with you? It's noontime. Like I said, wait, is that
live in a penthouse?
Wait a minute. Is that a Blue Jay? Like, what is going on? What is going on? D Hoot's creeping. D Hoot be creeping. It's my new rap song. My name is D Hoot, and I'm looking in your window.
Oh my God.
Love you, D Hoot. But yeah, I get her point. She didn't have to add all that extra shit. But definitely binoculars would be good in your case. Yeah. I mean, really good in your case. You know, I use them sometimes out in the woods. I bring mine sometimes. We hear a noise and we peep in.
Yeah, right.
I overlook the balconies. The bell. Her and her typing. We got to get D better at this. She got a lot of typos when she gets excited, don't she?
It comes like an area that
balcones.
Yeah, the balcones. I'm up on the balcones and I'm looking around at the balcony neighbors. What is happening?
Sam, maybe like when you have a set of you have some binoculars with you. I mean, they'll just look in the woods and see. Maybe you might see something glowing out there watching. You never know.
Shadows, shadows.
Yeah, I've done that. I've done that before, but I want to say this has been probably 2 years ago that I looked out there once. But I mean, that's when we were having some coyote stuff, and it could have been deer and it could have been the coyote. You know, actually, there's a log out there when we were having so much coyote activity, and I seen it hop up onto that log, and I was like, oh shoot. But that's before any of what I'm doing now.
Right.
But they're definitely back there because the last snow we had, when I sent you the bear prints, I walked back in there into the woods a little bit, and there was coyote prints everywhere.
Yeah, they're we deal with them all the time. We had that one night. We did that night investigation where we heard that grunting, and then the coyote sound started going crazy. And then all of a sudden you heard the grunting after the coyotes calmed down again, and we weren't that far from them. That was freaky scary.
Yeah,
I mean you got to have some big balcones to be out there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
big balcones.
I think we're like towards the exit of the woods. That set of coyotes sounded like they were right there. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, that's the other thing. We've had that incident where we have them where we feel like they've got us boxed in, and every time we move closer to them, they're further away. And then they're just gone.
2 investigations that happened.
Yeah.
We had Martin, was it Martin with us? Or no, it was Joe and
Jordan.
in Jordan. You remember, like, those coyotes literally sounded like they're like 30 yards, maybe less, easily, like right there.
Yeah.
And we're all like ready to grab sticks or whatever, and then it was nothing, like not a peep, nothing.
Right.
And Richie goes, "Where are those damn coyotes?" That was during the fireworks. Remember that, Rich?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense. So yeah, watch out for that too. You know what I mean? Because
I am.
a lot of people have said they run together. They're not really.
No, there's rogues.
Yeah, they're not but I mean, run together with Bigfoot. That they're not. They're not like a food source. They're an ally. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And it makes sense because all of a sudden you could have this pack of coyotes sound, and then you turn around and you're like, oh, all right, I got to get going because coyotes are out here. You know, it could get you out of the area, and that's something that animals do in general, anyways. You know, the other thing is I'm curious to find out about, and again, don't do this alone. The tree line. These self-illuminating eyes, as you see behind me, right?
Yeah.
You know, I wonder if you would start having that effect at some point, and if that's the case, then we can definitely kind of confirm what's happening. You know what I mean? So, it's something to keep an eye out for at night, but not by yourself, obviously. You know,
Right.
Just for the animals in general. But I don't think you're. I think you're. This is my determination, anyways. I think Wojo's in agreement with me. Again, we haven't seen anything. We're just going off of, what we've learned in the woods and what we've dealt with in the past and what we've investigated in areas and things like that. And to me, your area, I would be like, yeah, this area has activity. And then putting together all the events of today leading up to a snap tree coming down, I don't think that's a coincidence. I can't, like I said to you guys before on the video, and I'll say it to the audience here, I start here, right? Nothing and possibilities, right? So we got nothing and possibilities. Well, I start putting together your daily events, right? And then all of a sudden the tree comes down and the possibilities are up here, but the nothing hasn't moved because it doesn't make any sense to me. Am I saying 100%? No, I'm saying it could be 51% and it's worth investigating. Otherwise, it's still just nothing. But I think with all the events that led up to the tree coming down, that, bird sound, all that stuff together, I just don't think the coincidence factor would explain it. I think the percentages are too far off and towards not, the coincidence factor, right? Being something's going on out there. There's something going on out there. And I think that's at the stage that we're at with you. That there's something going on. And might be worth getting, maybe a cheap set of night vision or something, or something where you can sit on your porch safely and just zoom out, like why not? You know what I mean? And maybe do a knock on your porch, or maybe a whoop or something, or just sit there quietly, or and listen and see what happens. You know what I mean? But definitely have a recording going.
I know. I gotta get that. I gotta get that for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. Sean, thank you.
And I don't know, is Elder still here?
Elder, you still here? One of our many teammates that we have. So if you have not liked and subscribed to the YouTube channel and hit the notify button, you're missing out on an opportunity. If you've never researched before, you definitely can pick up some tips. We're not going to say, hey, we're experts, because there's no such thing in a non-scientific field.
No.
We're researchers.
Right.
So we're researching equals, like I said on my Facebook, it's the quest for facts. That's all it is. But there's different techniques that you can learn as one of our virtual investigators on the side throughout the investigation. Put on your headphones, watch a big screen TV, and keep an eye out for things. And we even have people like Sparky or whatever that'll leave the live, go back, and come back with information because he played the video back, and we'll get a live result or a live answer or a live possibility. So if you have not hit that notify button, you don't know when we're live. So hit the notify button and join us in the woods and be part of our investigation. We are here together. This is absolutely 100% everybody working together. And I just happen to be holding the camera, and Wojo just happens to be, standing there not doing much. But that's beside the point. You know what I mean?
No, just watching.
Just strangely, weirdly watching. He's got D Hooch binoculars. He's just watching.
We might have to do a Banter with Richie B podcast road trip.
Oh,
You know, D Hoot got her binoculars on the balcony. Go ahead, Wojo. Can't hear you. Say it louder. Yeah, you know what we're gonna call her from now on. We're gonna call her Da Hoot. What's up, Da Hoot? You know you got your binoculars on that balcony.
Always
All right.
give them a hoot.
Oh, what happened? I got notes. Up.
She's got
There we go. Sorry, I felt inspired. I felt inspired by Da Hoot.
Sam,
that was funny.
just everything that, hey, Arthur.
Arthur Mills is here.
The story, like, you know, the bird and everything. Now, Rich, going back to your house, remember in the dead zone area, we always heard, you always go, Wojo, what is that bird? And I'd sit there and, you know a lot of birds. And sometimes, like, I say to myself, I know what it's supposed to be, but I don't know.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, that whole part of the area was destroyed. Like trees were over the pathway, and everything kind of turned dead. You know, that dead look. They would never do tree structures in that far area, but we continue to hear that strange bird in that. You know what I'm talking about, Rich?
Oh,
right?
yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know. That's the one across that little river. You got to go up the hill.
Similar that, you know,
Yep.
it's like similar things that are happening to Sam.
Well, that's what I was comparing to, that her story is starting to sound a lot like mine, which I was saying earlier to Jess, my fiance, that it's cool because when we communicate like this and we are not gatekeepers and assholes and shit on each other, when you have this conversation, I've now learned the possibility. I know there's Sasquatch in my house, but the possibility, if this is a Sasquatch at her house, there's the same type of mentality and intellect going on 800 miles away from me right now in a totally different state. And because we're communicating and talking about it as researchers, we can learn more, kind of like with Brian Terrell down in Oklahoma, when the huts were very similar to our area compared to his area, because he's not a gatekeeper or an asshole or someone that shits on people. And you know who you are right there. Sorry, I had to get one in. Sorry, I didn't know. It's only right that I get one FU into you know who. Because you know who you are, baby. I want to tell you personally to go f yourself. Yeah, that's right. We don't do gatekeepers on this show, girl. We open and free like Da Hoot with the binoculars. Yeah, on the balcony. Can anybody ever hear him when he says anything? Because he's kind of killing my vibe.
Oh God.
Oh, wait, you guys still here? Sorry about that. Well, for me, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a great Thursday night of BS. I absolutely love it. I love when we get these impromptu things going, and Sam has inspired me today to get my therapy and hang out with you guys, because I've had a crazy ass. I couldn't even tell. If I told you what's been going on, your head would fall off your shoulders and you would pick it up and flush it in the toilet. Sorry, I tried. It didn't work. But anyways, that's what you would do. Damn it. But
Oh man.
Seriously, I think this is amazing. I think there's so many different things. Sam's going to keep us up to date on these things. We're definitely going to try to get her to get some binoculars and sit on her balcony. You know what I mean? And check out in the woods and see what's happening, and we'll get an update, and that's cool. And we definitely got to get some kind of recording there, because I believe that it's if anything, Not yelling Bigfoot, Bigfoot, Bigfoot and everything. Don't do that.
Exactly.
It's at least 51% at this point, which means it's worth investigating.
Yes.
So now you have something on your property worth investigating. And,
Right.
and you've had for a while, but I think with the events of today really puts it in a solid 51 to go. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so now we kick into researcher mode even further, right?
Right.
Where we help each other out, talk to each other, supply resources if we can. Whatever we can do. Obviously, you're one of the, to us, you're one of the boots on the ground members. You're a producer of our show, and you're absolutely kick ass and awesome. And
Thanks.
yep. And maybe we can get your husband to build you a balcony.
Yeah,
And,
he needs to build me one of them big old balconies.
And then you could do the Dahoot out to the woods. Oh, what's up, Dahoot?
Right.
So,
yeah,
go ahead.
Sparky. There was the video, the clips that I sent him, the one before the deer, so you could see the cone. You could see it. There was a leaf that triggered the cam to come on, and then the deer obviously triggered the cam to come on. And then the clip that's after the deer is me coming back out there to take pictures of the cornstarch that was on the ground. I was looking for anything I could find, and I triggered it at the stump. I walked to the stump, I triggered it on, but it's just me. And I don't understand how with the first clip I sent him, you can see the cone. But then the second clip, you see the deer, and then it starts doing the funky little thing, but the cone wasn't there. So how come if the deer went up to it, let's just say, if the deer went up to it and got it, why didn't the deer trigger it like I did, getting the cone? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Right. So basically what happened, the camera triggered, the cone was there. The camera re-triggered, the cone was gone. Is that basically sum it up?
Yeah, and the deer was in front of the camera.
Oh, and the deer was like up on the camera.
It was up on the camera.
He looked like D-Hoot with binoculars on. It looked like D-Hoot with binoculars on a balcony.
Yeah, it was like looking in, like it was like it. I know you're there. Like that deer was all up in there.
That thing was crazy. Yeah, she did some calling tonight for us, Zelda. And Andrew, I just changed the name. It's an old draft lobby that I use for meetings and stuff. So I just clicked the live button in it tonight. So it came up as live from the 9th, but I changed it. It says May 22nd at 6:53, which is Fortnite time.
Rich. How about this? Andy, mind your business, all right?
Yeah, drink your water. Get out of here. Get out of here, you fucking.
No, we love you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That means I love you.
Yeah.
That means I love you in Boston.
Yeah.
Boston language. And why were the dirt and leaf moved between the clips? Right.
Yeah.
There was other things moved in that clip as well. You're right. And maybe we should get that in the restream and share that next time with everybody. What do you think?
I mean, hey, he can, like, I don't want to keep, I mean, he doesn't, I know I thank him for wanting to keep that private and just for us, but look, feel free to share, because this is, I don't want to keep anything secret. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
no,
like,
I don't know. I don't know the level of that, but I think it's something, if we discuss as a team, that we want to have another Thursday night BS that we bring up, or a Friday, or an F-it Friday, something like that we can sit down and show everybody and have some fun with it and analyze it and discuss it. And then they can kind of get the determination for themselves as well. So, and that's what we're here for. We're here to research and help each other out and share our stuff and talk about it. And, if there's constructive criticism or pushback, that's great, man. Just be respectful about it. We're not afraid of it. But we just don't deal with people that are cynical and want to be assholes. Then you get the boot, because I got a moderator with a tricky finger and a pair of binoculars on the balcony. And she will rap.
Watch it.
He is known as the Texas Twister.
Oh,
yeah.
No. All right, never mind. Don't ever say that on my show again.
God.
Yeah, there's a whole meaning to that you apparently don't know about. So do not ever call her that again. All right. Anyways, buy the merch. I got the QR code up. I don't see anybody clicking the QR code. Click the QR code right now.
Yes.
There's all kinds of good stuff in the merch store, from patches to stickers to shirts to hoodies to hats to I already said patches. All kinds of things. Zip up hoodies, knit hats, trucker hats. Go in there, support the cause, spend $10. Appreciate it. Thank you. It's important to us to be able to help. Also coming up on June 7th, it is the Caldwell Mountain Critter Festival. Wojo and I are guest speakers. And I heard, Wojo, we will be on a balcony, by the way.
Oh, it's all your fault.
Yep, from Tim. Tim said, you guys are up on the balcony. And I'm like, really? You want me and Wojo up on a balcony above?
Yeah!
Hello, people! You there, Skya! Come here at once, you fool! You know what I mean?
Hello!
Right?
Hello!
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You there, peasant bitch! Come hither!
Oh my
Like what? I mean, what is up in the balcony
Right.
theory? I'm in the middle of the woods. I don't need to be on a damn balcony.
God.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your balconies.
Yes. You there, Olga! Come hither at once.
Oh, great.
Oh
That's
my
right, Joe.
God.
What the down and crazy was Shrek. He's up on a balcony. I mean, what the hell are we doing? But anyways, June 7th in Russell, Massachusetts. If you can't make it, click that notify button. I will bring you there live. Wojo and I are going to be walking around, talking to people, talking to kids, interviewing everybody, yelling from a balcony. It's going to be amazing. You don't want to miss it. Vendors, food, chaos, cats and dogs living together. What movie was that from? Go ahead. Idiots. Ghostbusters.
The Ghostbusters, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cats living together, mass hysteria.
Yes, exactly. There'll be a lot of that going on. So make sure you're there June 7th, June 21st and 22nd. We will be live and happening from the Job and Fair Farm. We will be emceeing that one. Me and Wojo will be in charge of that mess. That's going to be amazing too, by the way. We will be staying an extra night and doing an investigation with all our friends and legends in this area that investigate and research Sasquatch. So I will bring that to you live as well from the woods in New Hampshire. You don't want to miss that. That's going to be amazing as well. June 21st and 22nd in Candia, New Hampshire. Go online, look up the Charm and Fair Farm, check it out, buy your tickets online, please. Immediately. Do it now or else. Oh, sorry.
Right.
My fifth rock star just kicked in.
Oh man.
Yes. Let's see this. What do you say, Wojo? Be my balcony, bitch. Whoa. Well, that's right, Jim. We have live here. We have who they call the balcony. It's Sparky's bitch. All right, that's enough of me screwing around. Listen, I appreciate you sharing everything with us, Sam, tonight.
Oh, sure. You
brought some light to the darkness for me today. I truly appreciate it. Everybody on the side has brought the light as well. Wojo, you as always.
Yeah.
My brother, my confidant. Are we going live soon, you think? In the woods? Vaseline, frolicking, remember? Huh?
Well, how about this? I will talk to you after, Rich, and I'll tell you what's going on.
I don't have any time to talk after. I have to murk a bunch of people with a sniper on Fortnite. You could text me or reach out to one of my producers. Thank you. Oh, Graham says radio voice. Guess what? I got to add. Yeah, that's it, buddy. Swing it.
Oh my God.
Yo.
Oh my God.
Swing the hair, he said. I wore the cheddar just on that because I had messaged Graham earlier and said, I'm going live, dude. I'm gonna let the cheddar flow for my boy Graham.
Oh,
now, you guys all rock. Thank you so much. Sam, thank you for sharing. I think we got some interesting stuff, and we're gonna investigate it further. Please let us know when you and your husband go out there and get some good pictures.
Oh, I will.
Pictures of that tree, maybe even a small video going all the way around the break because I want to see it. We want to make sure it's not a bear. Obviously the weather wasn't going to knock it over today. So we know that's absolutely not the magic whirlywinds.
No.
Let's see how high up the break is, see how low the break is. Does it have a fresh core? Because it doesn't always have to be fresh tree. It could just have a fresh core and a lot of rotting around it, but the core still got to snap. And it just generally doesn't snap just because. And the magic whirlywinds weren't there today, so we know they didn't do it. So,
right.
So it's a big deal, man. So I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. I got some friends on Fortnite. My boy My boys down in South Carolina, Joshua and Jonathan. What's up? So we're gonna go do our thing. You know what I mean? So click that notify button so you can come out in the woods with us and watch Wojo and I frolic with Vaseline on. It's gonna be amazing. Wait, where'd everybody go? You guys
Oh,
still
my God.
there? Oh, I thought I got off the air. My bad.
Elder.
Wait, Elder, next Wednesday to Friday, you should have your shipment. Love you.
Love you, Elda. What comes around goes around. We love you.
Oh.
Hope you guys enjoy that. It's from the fam, mainly Wojo, but from the fam. I love the Wojo. Dude's awesome. But anyways, I love you guys. I love you all. I love you, baby Jack. I love you, Mama. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Banter with Richie B. All Banter with Richie B. Like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go over to Sam's Pretty Paranormal and hit that like and subscribe button. Are we near 1,000 yet, Sam?
No.
It's nine something, right?
It's 912.
912 subscribers at Sam's Pretty Paranormal. Get your shit together.
Let's
Go
go.
over and like and subscribe to Sam's Sam's Pretty Paranormal. Please, everybody, do that. She's part of our family, and we're
Thank
blessed
you.
to have her. Thank
Thank
you, Sam.
you.
Thank your husband. Thank your kids. We've deprived them of all their time.
They're living, trust me.
Terrible. Terrible. So, again, thank you. I love you, baby Jack. I love you, Mama. I'm going to say it again in case they missed it. Yep. One up. Yeah, there you go. One up for baby Jack. That's my boy right there, right here, everybody. Oh, he's not in the picture. What happened to my camera? Oh my goodness, what happened to it? Hang on, let me see if this fixes it. We gotta say. There we go. No, it doesn't come up. My camera. Somebody moved my camera. Somebody's been in my studio. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Wojo, get us out of here now.
Yeah, all right. Hey, love you guys also. And yes, we are home of the boom. Let's go. See you Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard.
See you Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Our guest will be Brooke Mullen from the Doc Florida podcast.